This video is sponsored by 1xBet. Go to www.1xbet.com and use our promo code FFTRIBE. That is FFTRIBE when you're registering to get 300% bonus on your first deposit. Meaning, say if you deposit 1,000, they give you bonus of 3,000. You now have 4,000 to place bets and enjoy the best odds in the game. Thank you so much for watching. Your thoughts on the game, Olu?
First of all, I want to sing a song. Sakpa, Sakpa, no fit catch me. I know the God I'm serving.
I tell you.
It was the result was not a true reflection of the match.
Yeah.
I keep saying it on this show that Arsenal is actually wasteful. We had the opportunity, check the possessions. It was the first 10 minutes, it was as if Man U gone blazing.
Yeah.
They wanted to smoke out Arsenal. But Arsenal was able to absorb the pressure and they took up from there. But after that period, Arsenal took control of the game. There was a time when we had 85 to 15% possession, yet Arsenal could not do anything with it. There was a time we had 78-22 percentage. Yes, Arsenal could not do anything with it. I watched this match. I've not seen Arsenal played, when I mean defensively, so badly today since the season started. Arsenal was actually playing a high line. And playing a team like Man U that has so fast, quick, athletic
by
kind of
default,
players.
Man U na a counter-attacking team.
Yeah.
Arsenal don suffer this team many times.
So you playing that kind of team, you should know that high line will not work. Why pressing this team? Arsenal got so carried away by their pressing, trying to get goals, forgetting that they are on a high line. And what the Man U coach did was that he wasn't bothered about Arsenal pressing. He was only looking for two midfielders who will be able to nick the ball through the Arsenal midfield for anyone to run. And that's what happened, that they had to shut down Arsenal. After Arsenal equalized the goal, I was thinking Arteta would have said, sit back and stop playing the high line. Let's see how we can control this game. I would have said he should have gone to a back three, while he plays Zinchenko and Saka on the wings and bringing Iketia, playing a two-man attack, because Jesus suffered a lot in this match. He was coming down to pick the ball. When picking the ball, getting to the finish line, nobody there to receive it. And Arsenal, for the few matches we have played, the last 3 matches we have played, in the final third, I don't know, they don't even actually know how to communicate. Sometimes when it's time for them to shoot, they try to pass the ball. When it's time for them to pass the ball, they try to shoot, and it's a wasteful shot. The final thought for Arsenal team has not been okay, has not been fine, and the team is not shooting from outside. It's a major problem. Now, coming to what Arteta did, like the changes he made, it was totally wrong. What I'm saying so is that this battle was won and lost in the midfield. We could see before now, Saliba was very nice, this was very nice, because the midfield has some level of shading to do. But in this match, after Arteta did those substitutions, we know even with Sami Lokonga and the team wasn't that 100%. But removing the man you say is the one playing that role, that vital role, you removed him. And he did not stop there. He still went and removed Zinchenko. If you watch the first goal that Arsenal conceded from the first half, you see that Zinchenko doesn't just stay on that play. He drifts into the midfield.
That's where he was. Xhaka to push forward.
He drifts into the midfield to see how he can help the midfield, because he knows that the midfield is light. So he drifts in. So by so doing, this other space is open. So me, I would have expected Arteta to say, okay, if Odegaard is so excellently, Zinchenko is so excellently well in the midfield, why don't you draft Zinchenko into the midfield and bring in Tierney? Tierney is more pacey than Zinchenko. And Tierney, we know he's attack-minded, but even as he's attack-minded, also he's defensive conscious. He's not being carried away, because Zinchenko, when the team is going, when he's rosing for the team, he goes and forget that he's actually a defender, because that was not actually his natural position. So I was expecting the coach to have said, okay, if you are removing Sambi Lokonga because of him being jittery in the midfield, you'd have drafted in Zinchenko into the midfield. Let Xhaka go back to the defensive midfield. Let Zinchenko and Odegaard play. Let them do that creative role. And you see Zinchenko will be able to get that connection between the attack and the defense. And Jesus will not need to come down to pick the ball. When Manchester United did that changes, when people were saying that, bringing in Ronaldo and everything, the man tweaked his position. Was already tired because of the pacey nature of the league. So he brought in Ronaldo, bringing Rashford, trying to create room for Rashford to do the runnings.
Yeah.
Arteta did not study his man. He now went and brought in Smith Rowe for Odegaard. He brought in the likes of Pablo Vieira. That even if the time he has little matches that not as so difficult as this, he has refused to bring in the Pablo. Even when Arsenal is winning comfortably, he has refused to bring Pablo Vieira. Why bringing Pablo Vieira in this kind of match? What's wrong? That was a wrong call.
Yeah.
Then the next one he did, he moved Zinchenko that was even trying to get the place. He moved Odegaard, and he moved what's this guy's name? Sambi. That the midfield totally collapsed.
Was just gone. And then Arsenal did score the first goal. Most people were arguing, but I want to know what you think.
With the interpretation of the VAR, we've seen some certain things like they will say, okay, let's go on, score the goals. They even also showed us the one that Tielemans had when they Brighton against Leicester City. He gave him a shoulder.
Yeah. Body check.
No, even if it is body
shoulder
check,
badge rather.
Shoulder badge, but it was nowhere close to the ball.
Yeah.
He pushed the guy out of the pitch. That would have been called for infringement. But the ref said play on. Coming to Odegaard's own, if you look at it from this different angle, it was as if Odegaard pushed him.
Yeah.
But looking at it from this other angle, you see that it's a 50-50 situation. The man was already going down, but it was that little tap that came from Odegaard that just looked as if he pushed him. So I would have said to some ref, they would have said, okay, let it go on.
Yeah.
But to some ref, if he had said, it's an infringement to everything, no problem.
Yeah.
It was a
but
good
you,
one.
what do you think? What do you think? Was it a good call?
It wasn't. I won't be biased. Let me say it was a good call. It was a good call.
Nice one. And then bouncing back, Everton to come next. Last game of the season, last time Arsenal beat them, I think, was it 5-0? And then is that the perfect kind of game to bounce back after a result like this?
It's a perfect game. We all know how the artist system between Man U and Arsenal.
Yeah.
We had a good run of 49 matches unbeaten. Man U came and spoiled the show.
Yeah.
Though when I predicted in the show that day, I didn't see Man U in this light.
Yeah.
I thought Man U, but I was so shocked going through the match, watching from the beginning to it wasn't the Man U I was seeing. Man U was playing a different team. I thought that Man U was in a different team, not the Man U we used to know.
Yeah.
Going to the next match, if I said, okay, if Arsenal was to play Man City, I would have said it would have been a bad future for Arsenal. But going to play Everton at home, I think it's a place for the team to bounce back. And losing this match to Arsenal is a good one for them to bounce back. Let them not feel as if they're unbeaten.
Yeah.
Sometimes some losses like this can actually ginger the players and try to motivate them to see how they can get things done. But everything will suffer. Whatever we lost here, whatever pain we went through here, we are going to pour it on Everton on that day.
Nice one.